And under my piece of legislation, the money that they forfeit from their salary would not be reimbursed to them once they pass a budget. It would be forfeited for good, and it would go toward paying down the national debt. So, I think that has that would have a tremendous impact on those members to make sure that they do what the American people sent them here to do. So, again, thank you for your service, sir, and I appreciate your question. I hope that answered it. I'd like to ask you the question again. If you are currently enrolled in Medicare Advantage, please press 1 for yes, press 2 for no. This is Congressman Bill Johnson, and if you would like to ask me a question, press 0 to be placed into the question queue. Let's go to Cliff in Minford. Hi, Cliff.
Hello, Congressman.
How are you, sir?
How are you? Fine, fine. First thing, I just want to thank you for your recent help. With my wife and I had a Social Security and Medicare insurance problem, and you never met us or anything. You worked things out and solved the problem for us in about a week, and that I couldn't get it done in 6 months, and I certainly appreciate that.
Well, I'm glad we were able to help you, and anyone else on this call that has a problem with Social Security or the VA or the IRS or any federal agency, I hope that you'll call my office because we will try to help. Go ahead with your question, Cliff, and I appreciate that those kind words.
Okay. Because of the problem I had, I was wondering, maybe this is already going on, but if it is, I don't know about it. Why don't we have a personnel analysis of the Social Security personnel and the Medicare personnel? I find that it's my opinion that the right hand doesn't know what the left hand's doing, and also that there's many employees there that do not care whether they're of service to the people that they're supposed to be taking care of. I may be wrong, but that is my opinion.
Yeah, Cliff, I support auditing and analyzing all federal agencies because you are exactly right. The right hand is not talking to the left hand. And there is no better example of that than the way the administration is out talking about increases to manufacturing and technological innovation, and then their regulatory agencies like the EPA and the IRS and through the healthcare law are working to make it more and more difficult for businesses to grow, to innovate, and to hire more hardworking Americans. That's why about 88.5 million Americans have left the workforce. In regards to Social Security and Medicare, those are two very different programs, two very different trust funds, and by law, they are separated with a separate set of overseers that watch out for those programs. But you hit on a very, very good point. All federal programs need to be audited and analyzed for duplication, for overlap, for fraud, waste, and abuse, to make sure that every single dollar of taxpayer dollars is being put to good use and for the intended purpose that the American people are putting it into the coffer. So, very good question, Cliff. Thanks a lot. I'm glad we were able to help you with your Social Security problem. Anyone else have a problem like that, please call us and let us know. Let me give you the results of our question. About 45% of you said that you are enrolled in Medicare Advantage. And, that's an area that the President's health care law cut about $200 billion out of. So I just want you to be aware of what the president's health care law is potentially doing to your health care. And I'm going to continue to fight to make sure that that law gets repealed so that that doesn't happen. If you'd like to ask a question, press 0 on your keypad. This is Congressman Bill Johnson, and I really appreciate everyone that's on the call today. We've got a large group with quite a few questions in the queue, so I appreciate the dialogue. Let's go to Eddie, Ed Snyder down in Latonia. Hi, Ed, how are you?
I'm fine, Bill. My question is, it's like I was telling, it's like a football game. You guys down there in Washington, you know, the Washington Republicans and the Washington Democrats in both House and Senate. Who's ever got the ball, the other team's stopping it for the good of the country. It don't matter as long as they stop whatever the Democrats do or the Democrats stop whatever the Republicans do. You know, you people take an oath of office to protect the United States, and you're not doing it. All you're doing is like doing for your side. You want to stop whatever the other team's doing. And, you know, you talk about people coming, more and more people retiring, coming on Medicare. Well, that's a drop in the bucket if you would bring back all these jobs that they shipped overseas, made all these other countries wealthy. Bring the jobs back, and that'll take care of 90% of your problems. That's the only question. Why can't you people in the House of Representatives and the Senate sit down and say, let's do what's best for the United States of America? Let's not worry about whether we're Republican or Democrat.
Good question, Ed. Good question.
It just seemed like ever since Bush and Reagan, and, you know, one after another, it's just like it's going crazy here.
Yeah.
You guys are going to have to sit down and start bringing some jobs back.
Yeah, good question, Ed. I agree with you. You know, the job creation is the number one priority on the American people's minds, and that's what we're trying to do. But let me tell you something. I'm not a party guy. My team is the American people and the people of the 6th District of Ohio. That's who elected me. That's who hired me to go to Washington to be their voice. That's why I have voted for job-creating legislation that will put our private sector back in play, that will stop the regulatory agencies from putting our industries out of business, like the steel manufacturing companies, the oil and gas companies, the coal companies. I am all about doing what's right by the American people. You know, philosophically, Ed, I will tell you that, you know, in my perception, when you hear the term that the wheels of government turn slowly, they do turn slowly. And they turn slowly because our founding fathers, in their wisdom, put in this system of divided government, and it requires a very deliberative, debative process to get anything done. I mean, if you look at the Constitution of the United States, it's a document that can be read from front to back in about 20 minutes, longer than it would take you to read your Sunday newspaper. And yet that document has placed in the hands of the governed, the American people, control of the number one economy in the world, the strongest military in the world, the mightiest nation on the planet. The good news about that is that checks and balances system, when we're doing well as a nation, when we're in a period of prosperity, man, we can just ride that wave all the way to the shore.